Yeah, yo, it's game time, ain't no messing around. Huddle Sports Network, the best in town. From NFL rumors to the latest trends, we got all your sports, just tune in, my friends. Catch us on Roku, Fire Stick, take your pick. Facebook, YouTube, where the action's slick. Daily shows that drop like a bomb. From 10 to 11, it's Ken and Ken, stay calm. Huddle up, catch the vibe, feel the rush. Get your news, get your fills in the clutch. Over 27 podcasts, we breaking it down. Join the team, Huddle Sports, wear the crown. Live every weekday, it's how we roll. Lions Talk with Jeremy B, we taking a stroll. From 11 to 12, don't miss a beat. We break down the game, make the info sweet. The Daily Huddle Podcast, noon to 1. CST Zone, we're just having fun. Toss your doubts, we bring the facts. Tune into the Huddle.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Shield. Smashmouth, my bad. Sorry. Just waking up. Smashmouth is now going to be airing every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's no longer going to be airing at 5. No longer dinner time hours. But yeah, let's talk about NFC North. Big football weekend. The Lions did not look that good on both sides of the ball. Coaching did not look good with Dan Campbell. They can't pressure. And for some reason, they had no running game. No running game. Didn't see no Sonic Knuckles. I thought the Packers beat them down defensively. Beat them down. They had no answer to that. And I mean, Jared Goff, check down king. I thought Jordan Love played decent. Josh Jacobs, didn't really see a lot out of him. I was kind of hoping that he would have went off. But honestly, though, some of the throws I did see from Jordan Love, he threw dots. But I'd say mainly the bright side of it was Dan Campbell got outgunned and outcoached. And Vikings in the Bears game, the first half was sloppy as fuck. First 3 quarters were really sloppy. We didn't have anything to their game plan, and then it's like we're playing checkers in the first half, and then Brian Flores and Kevin O'Connell started picking up chess like right in the second half. And you could definitely tell that Caleb Williams was really getting flustered in the pocket. Every time Brian Flores brought the heat, he's always overthrowing the ball and just throwing hospital balls. I mean, I didn't know that the towel boy and the fucking water boy, are suiting up to play on the fucking sidelines. I mean, just atrocious. And Soldier Field, I mean, want to talk about a classless fucking city? I mean, these guys straight the fuck up had about five concerts, am I right, Bear fans? Or people that know Chicago. 5 concerts on that field before, preparing the field for week 1. So Soldier Field wasn't even week 1 like ready for football. That's how fucking garbage the field was. I mean, you could see the seams in that field. I'll even blame that injury on that Bears DB who got the pick 6. I'll blame that on the field because it wasn't until he was running out of bounds that he went down and was holding his leg. And I am going to 100% say that he stepped on one of those seams. I said before the game when I seen that, I said there's going to be injuries. Now, I don't know how you can sit here and expect 53 men to play on what looks like fucking dog shit. Some of the lines on the field were not straight. You also had fucking guys out there before the game. They're fucking out there pounding out fucking humps out of the fucking field. What's up, Brock?
What's going on, guy?
Oh, we're
Who you talking to?
Huh?
Who you talking to? Anybody in the chat?
No, I'm just
Or somebody in the comments?
No, I'm just talking to talk.
Okay, go ahead.
I was talking about how Soldier Field they had 5 concerts played before the game, week 1. And
5 concerts.
Yes, in August.
What?
And the field wasn't ready for football. They're showing like all the schemes and shit.
I mean, I want to know why the fuck would you even have anything on that field before the season?
Right.
Right? I mean, if you want to have it for July, fine. But on August should be ready. You should be ready in that field for the Bears.
Right.
Straight
exactly.
up. I mean, if I was the Eagles organization and you did that shit for the Eagles, I'd be pissed. I'd be all over that shit. I'd be like, yo, Philly, what the fuck are you doing on my field? You know what I mean? You're fucking my field up for a fucking concert. You know what I mean? I got players out here that are making millions of dollars and you're not caring about my players? That's just wrong. That's just wrong. No wonder the Bears ain't been shit.
Right. And I was asking Bear fans about it, and they said, "Oh, well, we can't do anything about it. The city owns the stadium." The fuck do you mean you can't? The fuck do you mean you can't?
The fans of Chicago don't understand what kind of voice they have. Okay, that's why they don't do that shit here in Philadelphia area, because we have our voice and we know we have our voice. You understand? That's the difference here in Philly. We don't fucking play around when it comes to, when you fuck with our team, we're going to let you know we ain't happy. And Jeffrey Lurie knows that. Jeffrey Lurie knows there's certain ground rules even that he has to follow as the owner of the Eagles. You don't fuck with the field and you don't let the city fuck with the field. You'd never see this shit happening here.
Right. Exactly. That's the only team that I know that's got their fucking stadium operated by a city.
You know, I mean, Chicago is a shit show for a reason. You know what I mean? I mean, Rob in the Daily Huddle just filled me in that, you know, Chicago's never had a quarterback throw 30 touchdown passes.
Yep.
I mean, are you fucking kidding me? You've never had anybody throw 30 touchdowns? I mean, that's the simplest shit in the world to do today. And you still ain't been able to do it. And I mean, it's like I explained to Rob and him, it's like, you know, okay, we can understand if you've been around like the Cowboys, they haven't been around since 1960. Okay. Right. The Cowboys came in 40 years after the league started. If you could say that for them, okay. But you're saying the Bears. The Bears have been around for 105 fucking years. And you still ain't got a 30 touchdown pass fucking quarterback? And you've been around for 105 years? Dude, you need help. You know, the organization needs help.
And that's why they're tucking tail and going to the suburbs.
I mean, granted, our record's only 33, but we've had a couple.
Right.
You know what I mean? Our last one to get 30-plus touchdown passes was Carson Wentz. In the year he got hurt, he got 33, broke the record. But, I mean, the reason why we don't need a 30-touchdown pass guy is because we got a good game-managing quarterback.
Right.
And
he's balanced. He can throw and run.
He can throw and run, and that's what people don't want to give him the credit for. That, you know, hey, I don't need to go out here and throw for 300 yards to beat your ass. I got a running back who can beat your ass too. I don't have to go to my wide receivers all day in order to beat your ass. I can beat you with my tight ends.
Yep.
I don't have to go to my tight ends all day. I can beat you with my wide receivers if that's what you want to leave open. Whatever you want to cover, you're going to leave something open. And if you leave something open, Hurts is going to find it. And that's what I like about Hurts. He knows his playbook. He knows your playbook. He knows what you're going to throw at him. And he knows where your openings are. He knows that shit. If you want to go ahead and clog up my fucking tight ends, fine. That means you're going to leave my wide receiver singled up. If you leave my wide receiver singled up, I'm going to beat you. You know what I mean? He's going to beat you somehow.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? He's going to find a way. I mean, yeah, he only threw for fucking 158 yards or whatever it was, but he didn't have to do anything. He had 19 for 23. One drop, 3 throwaways. That was his 4 incompletions. 1 drop and 3 of them that he threw away because he couldn't find nobody. Right. And the rest of the time, he had 19 completions to whoever he wanted to throw that ball to. I mean, granted, he had 1 deep pass to fucking Dodson. That was it. But still, Philly don't have to kill you. They just got to peck away at you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They got the offense for it. You got the tight end, you got the receivers, and you got the running back.
We got the running back, and we got the offensive line to boot.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, our problem right now is Landon Dickerson. His back is kicking his ass.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that this 11-day layoff will be a godsend for him, because he had to come out of the game in the 4th quarter. So I'm hoping that he'll be okay. You know what I mean? Because if we lose any part of my offensive line, it's going to make it tougher for Barkley. No question about it. You know, and it'd make it definitely tougher to repeat. And like I say, and I'm going to keep on saying, and anybody that's listening, I think the NFC Championship is going to come down to the Eagles in Green Bay, and it could come down to being in Lambeau Field.
Right.
You know what I mean? It could be in the link. Who knows? But I think it's going to come down to Philly and Green Bay.
Yeah, I'm getting sick of these Lion fans that are now going back on what they were saying this offseason, sitting there saying that they're gonna have 12 to 13 wins again, and acting like it was going to be the same team.
Well, I mean, everybody that wasn't a Lions fan knew that wasn't going to be the case because they lost too much on the fucking offensive line and they lost 2 coordinators. You already know that's not going to be the case. So the only people that were fooling themselves in that aspect were the Lions fans, really. You know what I mean? Because everybody else already knew the truth. And even me as an Eagles fan, I knew better anyway, because if you remember correctly, the last time I went to the Super Bowl before my championship this year was 2 years prior to that. And if you remember last year, when I didn't have that Super Bowl run and we went 10-1, we had to sit there and figure out who my coordinators were going to be because they went off to other jobs.
Right.
And we sat there and we struggled the second half of the season because we couldn't get a good coordinators. And I'm telling you right now, that's going to be the Detroit Lions' problem, is finding a coordinator that's going to fit that offensive defense like it did last year.
Hell yeah. I think the Bears problem this Sunday is going to be Ben Johnson hitting Goff with that blitz. After watching that Green Bay game, watching Goff play, he did not look fucking comfortable with that old line.
That's why I don't know if you was on there. I think you were, but I picked the Bears in that Lions game. I said that's going to be my upset of the week. I think the Bears are going to have a good chance of winning that game.
Yep.
I really do believe that because of what I saw on Monday against you guys. They blitzed you guys pretty decently and got you guys. You know what I mean? And if that defense comes against Caleb, if that defense comes against Jared Goff, they're going to beat him. If Caleb Williams just has a halfway decent fucking game, just have a halfway decent fucking game, kid, you can beat this fucking team Sunday. But he's got to have a halfway decent fucking game. He ain't got to act like Joe motherfucking Montana, but he's got to go out there and play a good fucking game. Just play a good game.
And he doesn't have to get fucking scared after, what guys, coming in his face. That's going to happen. You're going to have guys in your face.
Well, he's got to learn how to play under pressure when it comes to that. I mean, if you see Hurts, if you watch Hurts the first couple of years of his career here in Philly, he was just like Caleb, man. As soon as somebody got in his face, he was ready to run out of there. Now he's sitting there, man. He's calm as a cucumber, man. Cool as the other side of the pillow. Now he's out there. He's throwing bombs from the pocket with people all around him because he understands I got a good offensive line that's keeping them there. They're not going to touch me. I'm okay.
Yep.
Once you get that confidence, you know you can do anything. And that's what they need to build around him. They got to build a line around Caleb. It's got to give him that confidence that he can throw any pass at any time and he ain't got to leave the pocket.
Yeah, they've been trying to build up that line since Trubisky.
Man. Between the Bears and the Giants, man, I'm going to tell you, they need to go take classes on how to build an offensive line. Because neither team can do it, man. I'm telling you. Ever since the Eli days, the Giants haven't built a good offensive line, and the Bears don't seem to be able to do it. So,
I mean, they had a better line, I think, when they had Cutler there.
Well, I mean,
what it looked like.
The Giants, man. Did you see them Sunday? They made Washington's defensive line look like they were all pros. They couldn't hold nobody.
Yeah,
and Russell Wilson. It was a slaughter fest just watching Washington have their way. I'm surprised Washington only scored 21 against them.
I think even if you put Dart in there, I think he has a bad game just because of how bad
Dart got killed in that game. I mean, it's like because I know some Giants fans I'm very good friends with, and I said to him, I said, look, man, you're screaming for Dart, but Dart would have got murdered in that game. You got to fix your offensive line because putting Dart in there ain't going to fix nothing. It's not going to fix nothing. All that's going to do is get that young kid killed. But, I mean, everybody's saying, oh, you got to give him a chance. You got to give him a chance. No, what you got to do is put an offensive line in there to where he ain't getting murdered. That's what you got to do.
Exactly.
Stop thinking that it's the quarterback's problem. I mean, I don't like Russell Wilson no more than the next old motherfucking man. But let's face it, Russell Wilson can't do shit when you got fucking white shirts in your face.
Right.
Can't do anything.
Maybe the Giants go out and get Frank Ragnow since he's no longer under the Lions.
Well, I heard Ragnow retired anyway. I heard he just said, I'm done. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's more personal issue than anything.
Once they offer him a nice crisp $25 million.
Yeah, well, I think that was more a personal issue because, Ragnow, like you said, it's about the neck. And anytime you're dealing with the neck, one more shot to that bitch and you could be paralyzed. You know what I mean? And that ain't worth it. Nothing's worth that. I mean, Darren, when you're talking about paralyzation, you ain't moving.
Yeah, you're like you're in a wheelchair, just stiff.
Yeah, you're done.
Done.
Let me tell you something. Ain't no fucking game worth that shit.
No, it ain't worth being a vegetable.
No game's worth that shit. You know what I mean? So if the doctor's telling me, hey man, you got to quit playing football, or you're going to be breaking your neck and you're going to be paralyzed. Hey, Detroit, I'm done.
Yep.
I'm not playing I'm not playing this game no more. This game's a beautiful game, but it ain't worth my neck. It ain't worth my fucking my movement.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not worth that shit. You know? It's not worth that shit.
I think the biggest test is going to be, can Dan Campbell overcome his former offensive coordinator in this matchup?
Well, I mean, I'm curious to see for the whole season from the East looking in to your North Division. I want to see how he does as a coach and as a play caller. You know what I mean? Because you did well as a play caller for Detroit as an offensive coordinator. Let's see how you do as a coach.
Right.
Let's see what you do now, Mr. Johnson. Let's see what you do now as a head coach now that you got the shittiest team in the division with the shittiest quarterback in the division. Now, how long do you stick with the shittiest quarterback when the team, even Big Dan, you know Dan, he's screaming for that backup boy that I believe they call him Badgett?
Yeah, Badgett.
Badgett. Yeah, that's it. They're screaming for him already. You know what I mean? And it's like, because from what I understand, he looks more crisp. He looks like he knows the offense better, and he looks like he's read the playbook, which Caleb, I've heard, hasn't done. It's like, I mean, how are you going to start a kid that hasn't even read the fucking playbook?
Exactly.
I mean, you could tell. It's like, because we were talking about it over in the huddle, they had to basically vanilla the game down to him. I mean, he looked decent, and I told the guys he looked decent, but then the boys kind of like, they didn't straighten me, but they kind of straightened me on Caleb. You know what I mean? Because I'm still trying to give that boy his kudos a little bit, trying to say, all right, you know, he's got something here, he's got something here. But when they really break it down, they're right. They're breaking it down to him to the vanilla size. And it's like, dude, you can't play vanilla football. And they were right. You can't play vanilla football.
Exactly.
Or you're going to get killed. You're going to get killed in this league. You can play that shit at USC where you were at down there, motherfucker, but you can't play that up here in the league. They'll kill you playing that vanilla shit.
Prime example is Tua. He did that shit down in Alabama, and he get killed in Miami.
You know, it's funny that you would bring that up, because I was just talking to my best friend the other day, and I said, you know what's funny? Is that when you look at the class that came out with Tua, Hurts, Burrow, and fucking Jordan Love, and one other quarterback I'm missing. Lamar Jackson. No, Lamar Jackson was a different one, but Lamar was in a different class. I forget who it was. But I said, ain't it funny how they were all taken in the first round, and my quarterback, Hurts, was taken in the second round, 53rd overall. I said, here, he's doing better than everybody. They said, well, it's the people around him. I said, do you really think so? Or do you think it might be Hurts too somewhere? Because I'm going to tell you right now, even if you put Tua on my team, I don't think Tua takes us anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't like Tua. If you told me I had Tua for the rest of his career over Hurts, I'd be crying. Seriously, I don't like Tua. I hate Tua. I mean, I don't hate him as a man, but as a player, you suck, bro. I don't like your game. I've never liked your game. I didn't even like your game in Alabama.
Right.
To me, he's not a good thrower. He's a left, and maybe it's the left hand, because I mean, even my dad was left-handed. He's going to be bitching at me when I get to heaven, because my dad was a left-hander. But I think left-handed quarterbacks suck. I don't like left-handed quarterbacks. I don't.
Yeah.
The last good quarterback that was left-handed was Steve Young. Huh?
Yeah. I've always been a right-hander.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm going to give me a quarterback, I'm getting me a right-handed, you know what I mean, quarterback.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I just don't like the left-handed quarterback. I never have. It comes out differently. The ball is shaped, it spins differently for the left-hander. You know what I mean? And it's harder for the right, for the receiver because he's so used to the right-hander all the time. I think that's maybe why. I forgot my point because I'm fucking high. Fucking bullet.
Yeah, he just looks uncomfortable. Maybe it's the system he's in. And
right.
From what I'm hearing,
you're right.
From what I'm hearing right now, the coach is in the hot seat.
Oh, no question. No question. No question. I mean, how much do you think they're going to stick with fucking Campbell once Detroit goes down to 9-8 or 8-9 this year?
I mean, before Johnson started calling plays in 2021, Dan Campbell was the coach, and they went 3-13-1.
Yeah,
calling the plays. So, I mean, if they're under 6, it's only a matter of time.
Yeah. I can't wait till tomorrow's game. It's going to be interesting to see if Green Bay can shut down Jaden Daniels. You know what I mean? It's going to be an interesting thing. It's like I told the Packers over in North. If you could sustain him, you got a chance to win the game. You know what I mean? I mean, sustaining him means keeping him around 250 yards passing and keeping him under 50 yards running.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? If you can keep him in that area, in that range, I think you got a great shot at shutting them down. Got a great shot at shutting them down. You know what I mean? And Parsons being an addition to that Green Bay defense was already a good defense, just made them a phenomenal defense now. And, a big pain in my ass for the future.
I mean,
seriously.
Just him being there. It's like what Dallas fans were saying, like just him being there fucking makes everybody around him better. That's what the type of player that Parsons is.
Do you want to hear what Jason Kelsey said? And he was right on. He said it wasn't the fact that we were in the division why Dallas turned the trade down. Because we offered 2 firsts, a second, a third, and a 5th. Okay? And then I heard underneath of that, plus more, which I don't know what the fuck plus more means, but that was what we offered. And Jerry said no to that. Jason Kelsey chimed in and said, well, the reason why he said no to it is because where would the first round picks be? They'd be 32nd, both of them. Because if we get Parsons added on to this Super Bowl team, who's going to stop the Eagles from winning another one?
It's a change time, Brent.
You know what I mean? Think about that, Darren. If we ended up adding Parsons to that defense, who's stopping the Eagles from winning another Super Bowl? Nobody.
Exactly.
That's why Jerry said no to that deal. Because he knew he had no chance of beating us after that. No chance. Now he still thinks he's got a chance to beat the Eagles, which he almost did. Granted, because you got my best player knocked out of the game. Now that he's going to be in the game next time, let's see what happens then.
Carl said, so on Monday I called the radio and said the Bears were going to lose 29-23, and callers after me called me crazy nuts. One even said I smoked crack. People in the chat were saying I shouldn't be drinking so early. Oh yeah, your fellow Bear fans were saying this.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, you were spot on though. Some people just see it for what it is. I mean, Caleb does not look comfortable in the pocket at all, and he struggled. You can see him struggling with his reads.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's something that Ben Johnson can help him learn, is to be comfortable, but that dude does not look comfortable.
Right.
You can definitely tell in that second half that Bears defense was getting gassed. I mean, they held their own in the first half. I'll say this about the Bears though. I mean, the plus that I'm gonna say that you guys had out of that game was your defense.
I'm gonna tell you though, I blame that on the coaching.
Yeah.
Because
You
bottom line, if
didn't
your
make the
team ain't
adjustment.
prepared to go 4 quarters, that's on you.
Yeah, he didn't make
You
the
know, I mean,
proper
you got a whole off season, plus you've got July's training camp, plus you've got August. You know, get these boys in shape. That's 2 months to get these boys in shape. You know, you got to go 4 quarters in the first game. And if you ain't in shape to just go 3, that's on me. That's on my staff. That's on my training staff. You know what I mean? You blame that solely on the team. You don't blame that on anybody else.
Ooh, he said then Tuesday morning I called him and told them to go fuck themselves, but in a cleaner language.
Yeah, right.
He said,
Well,
I said 5-12 on Tuesday and said Detroit will drop 35-40 on us Sunday. I don't know.
I don't know about that. I don't know about 35-40 because Detroit, they're coming off of the new offensive coordinator too, bro.
Yeah.
And they didn't look good against Green Bay. And if your Bears defense plays like they did in that first game and they just keep pressuring fucking Goff, they ain't getting 40 points. There ain't no fucking way.
Yeah. And plus I didn't see anything out of their run game either.
No. I mean, if that offensive line is as bad as I think it's going to be for the rest of the year, it's going to struggle to run the ball because they're missing 3 pieces from last year, and that includes their center.
Yep.
That's a lot. That's a lot to lose. That's a lot to lose.
And then you lose 2 play callers on both sides of the ball.
I mean, that's why when I made that bet with Steve and told him $50 that Detroit won't win 10 games, that motherfucker was like, I'll take that bet. Like, cool. I promise you the best record they're going to get is 9-8.
Right.
They ain't getting double digits there, and I promise you they ain't hitting 10.
Fuck
That's going to
no.
be that, and that's what fucked with Steve. He was like, you fucking kidding me? They were a 14-win team, 15-win team. You telling me they ain't going to win 10? I said, that's exactly what I'm saying. They'll be 9-8 at best.
Yeah, I was bumping heads with Darcy and Bigfoot Boy because they kept changing their predictions.
Oh, you talking about Chad?
Yeah, each time I talk to them, like their prediction changed. So I'm like, dude, you're saying 1 week you're saying 11, 1 week you're saying 12. Now you're talking with Darcy and you're saying 13. Like, which is it, dude?
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you something. Chad is so stupid when it comes to football. Okay, he literally word for word said, Rock, what are you doing in here in the chat of the Packers room celebrating the Micah Parsons trade with us for? Or with them for? And I looked at him, I said, dude, do you understand who my rival is? What? And I said, it's the Cowboys. That's my biggest rival in the East. You're wondering why I'm celebrating in here with the Packer fans right now? Because they just took Dallas's best defensive player and put it on their team. And you think I'm not going to celebrate that shit? You're fucking smoking crack, buddy. I'm having a great time. I'm going to sit back and smoke me about 2 fucking bones and have me a beautiful time knowing he's out of my division. Are you serious? Are you on? What? You're kidding. You fucking kidding. I'll take Fat Boy Kenny Clark over Michael Parsons any day of the week and twice on Sunday. Where do I sign for that shit? Thank you very much. You know what I mean? Come on. Come the fuck on. I'll take Kenny Clark on versus Michael Parsons anywhere, anytime. Shit. Oh,
the dumbest shit I thought he said was on the Viking show the one night where he said that the fucking Eagles were gonna get swept by the North.
Yeah. I mean, he said that on another show too. It wasn't the Viking show because I'm not on that one. But yeah, he did say that shit on another show. I think he said it on the huddle. And I looked at him like I said, "Dude, are you stupid? You really think the North is going to sweep me? No." I guarantee you, Jared Goff's going to have a hard time that fucking day. I guarantee you. Because if that offensive line can barely hold fucking Green Bay, they're not holding me. Especially with Jalen Carter, which that was the best news that came down the pike today or yesterday. Jalen Carter's only getting fined $57,000. Game check. I didn't realize that was his game check. Like, damn, you get paid $57,000 to play one game. Fuck, dude. That's most people's fucking yearly salary.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, damn it, dude.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I don't think Detroit offense is that bad. I think Green Bay's defense was that good. Plus, point law of averages. Detroit is due. Plus, they'll be at home. They'll let it fly.
Yeah, but you got to understand, too, dude, your defense isn't that bad over there in Chicago. That's what I'm trying to say. If they play a halfway decent game defensively and they pressure Goff like Green Bay did, you guys have a halfway decent shot of winning that game.
I mean, you guys were getting pressure from the interior D-line and the edge. Detroit couldn't even get that on defense.
I mean, I would not be surprised, like I said, I would not be shocked if fucking Detroit ends up losing that game. I would not be.
Brent
because
says,
I just don't think they're a good team.
Brent, the Lions fan, said Glasgow is a good backup center at this point in his career. I agree. It's a good backup, not a starter.
Yeah.
And then the Vikings. We got Atlanta at home. I think we need to make some of the right adjustments when it comes to Atlanta. We got to prepare for all four quarters. And we really gotta prepare for Atlanta. We gotta look better in all four quarters.
I think you got enough to beat Atlanta. I mean, they're going to be a decent team down there in the South. I think they're going to give Tampa Bay a run, but that's the only team down there that's got to give Tampa Bay a chance. You know what I mean? Right. After that, I think Tampa Bay is going to take the division if Atlanta don't do it because the other two teams are just that weak. Carolina and New Orleans suck so bad.
Yeah,
they suck so bad. I mean, Bryce Young looked like he was lost again out there on Sunday. He looked bad again.
That's what I didn't understand. I was like, how are you guys struggling with Jacksonville?
Well, Jacksonville with Trevor Lawrence, he's liking Hunter. He's liking Hunter. And once you've got one,
maybe that's what he needed was a true weapon.
Right. I mean, because
Brian Thomas. Because he's got Brian Thomas already. He just needed another solid weapon.
You know, and he looked solid out there. He looked good. You know what I mean? He didn't look like he was rattled at all. And like I said, him and Travis Hunter look like they're connected. You know, if you can get a good connection with a good number one, you can become a better quarterback.
And then ETN had a hell of a game.
Yeah, well, I've always liked him when he came out of Clemson. That boy can play. Yeah. He's a good running back, that boy.
Yeah, he just needs to stay healthy.
Yeah, but my team that I think is going to be battling for the number one draft pick, and I hate to say it because I got a good friend of mine that lives here in town. She's a Saints fan, and she hates my honesty, but I haven't had the heart to tell her yet, but I think the Saints will end up with the number one pick. You know what I mean? And I know every week she's going to be cheering and rooting, but I'm going to be like, Girl, they're going to be getting the number 1 pick. Or if they're not going to be the number 1 pick, I'd say the Saints are going to be number 1, 2, or 3.
Right.
They're going to be one of those 3. They're going to be in the top 3 somewhere in there. Saints just suck. They need a quarterback. And Arch Manning, if he was coming out this year, would be a great aspect, for him to be over there in New Orleans where his grandfather used to play.
Right.
That's where his grandfather started out.
Yep.
That's where they all grew up. His dad. Because if you don't know, Eli and Peyton are only the uncles to Arch Manning. His dad is actually Cooper. Yeah, his dad is actually Cooper, the oldest Manning. People don't understand that they have an older brother, Cooper, who was not even a quarterback. He was a wide receiver. He liked to catch the football. You know what I mean? That would have been fucking cool. Manning to Manning for the touchdown. That would have been fucking badass.
Cool. Hell yeah.
That would have been, that would have been pretty fucking badass.
Play with Peyton.
Yeah. I mean, because they got to do it in high school together.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Why not do it in the pros together? But he ended up injuring his neck. And he couldn't do it no more. So I mean, the neck is a fragile thing, man. You fuck up one little area, and you better be careful after that, because you could be done. You'd be done.
That'd be cool. They did a Manning cast with Cooper on there.
Excuse me?
I said they need to do a Manning cast on ESPN with Cooper.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe Cooper don't want to be involved in it like that. You know what I mean? He's always been behind the scenes kind of guy,
Right.
I mean, I don't think he minds sticking his head out there a couple times, to do like a family interview if his dad's involved, if Archie's involved. But to do something by himself, nah.
Right.
He's not into it like that. Unless
he were to jump on there with his dad.
Yeah, well, if the 4 of them would do it together, then I'd see him doing it, yeah. But to just have him, no.
Right.
Now, Cooper's not that kind of guy that wants to stick his head out there and be in the limelight like Peyton does, like Eli can do.
Right.
Peyton loves the camera. You could see that. Peyton loves having his name out there. He loves having his own show. I like that show he was doing with all the NFL stars there for a while. I forget what it was called. Peyton's Place or something.
Yeah.
Where he had an interview with Herm Edwards talking about the miracle in the Meadowlands and stuff like that. It was a good show. I don't know if he's still doing it, though. But what do you think of tomorrow's game, Green Bay and Washington?
I think that's going to be a good test for Green Bay. And you're going up against a nice young quarterback who's mobile, solid offense, solid defense. I think that's going to be a test for both teams.
You think the mobilization is going to give Green Bay fits?
I think it could start early on, but the way I seen their coordinator, how he had the defense playing, I think he can make the necessary adjustments.
All right.
Now the question's going to be is Micah going to be a big factor? Because that's going to be the ultimate question.
Oh, Micah's going to be a factor in every game. I see him being a factor in every single game because he's that kind of player. You know what I mean? That's why, I'm so happy he's not in my fucking division no more.
Right.
Because whether you liked him or not, whether you cared about the team or not, when you played Dallas, you knew he was going to be a disruptive force. You knew it. We were just fortunate enough to have a guy named Lane Johnson that knew how to handle a fucking guy like him. You know what I mean? That's the fortunate thing. The one game that we didn't have Lane, he fucking tortured us for 3 sacks in one half. So, trust me, Dallas don't have nobody on that fucking defense now that can give them 3 sacks in one half. I don't give a fucking fat fuck what fucking Kenny Clark does. He ain't getting 3 sacks in one half.
Exactly.
All right? That fat fuck couldn't even get 3 tackles in the whole game. Okay? Let's be honest with each other. He can't get 3 sacks. He might get 1. He might get lucky to get 1. But he ain't going to be a dominant force that's going to be out there disrupting you.
Right.
Micah's a disruptor. Micah's is disruptor. That's what makes it such a bad trade for Dallas. And they're trying to sugarcoat it. Oh, it's a great trade for us. No, it's not.
Nope.
Yes, you got your run stopper. And yes, he did his job against Barkley for this one. But let's be honest with each other. If Carter was out there and he was disrupting your team the way he's supposed to, your offense wouldn't have been out there as much as you think they would have.
Exactly.
They would have been shut down. You think they've been shut down already at 188 yards and we didn't even have our best pass rusher? What do you think we would have done if you were out there?
Yep.
Dak wouldn't have had no time to throw. I mean, you got to understand, we didn't even have Carter in the middle, and we still missed 3 sacks that should have been.
Yep.
Yes, we got 0 on the stat line, but if you watch the game, we had 3 fucking possible sacks that didn't happen. I mean, I was thinking, all right, we got a sack. Fuck, he got out of there. And I'm thinking, shit, where the fuck's the sack? Why didn't they get him? You know what I mean? And I'm thinking that 3 times they had a chance to get his ass. And then the fucking pick that Quinyon Mitchell dropped. You know what I mean? There were so many opportunities where we could have shut Dallas down. You know what I mean? So they made it was a close game, and yes, they had a chance to win. But Dak threw 3 passes also that should have been picked off. It should have been picked off, and one of them was the Quinyon Mitchell. I still would have been like, dude, get some fucking hands. You're a great corner, but get some fucking hands.
Exactly.
You know, I'm tired of him dropping passes. I mean, he's a great corner, and he shuts down your best receiver. No question. He does that. But when he has that ball in his fucking hands, sometimes he just, sorry. What the fuck? Like, really?
I mean, Cowboy fans got to understand, like, those 2 draft picks that they got are going to be late round.
Yeah, oh yeah, no question about it. That's why, that's why Jason Kelce, he said the reason why Jerry didn't trade him to us was because 2 reasons. He knows if he comes to us, being the game record that he is with the defense we already got, you're never beating the Eagles again.
Exactly.
You're not.
Exactly.
You're not. We're already a Super Bowl champion, Darren.
Yep.
You had a game record like fucking Parsons on your defense. You're the number 1 defense automatically right there. When you got Jalen fucking Carter in the middle and Michael Parsons on the outside with the secondary that we got, with the linebackers that we got, because we just picked up Jahad Campbell out of the draft. Dude, we're not going to lose.
Right.
We're not. Plus, we got A.J. Smith, Barkley on the other side of the ball with Jalen Hurts. We were not going to lose.
Yeah, but who are they going to move up with? Carolina?
You know what I mean? We were not going to lose. And that's what Jason Kelce made a point to. He said, dude, and then if they get those first-round picks, you know what the number it is? 32. That's why they didn't trade it to us.
Unless they package them with like a shitty team.
Right. It's the only way he's not going to get a bad pick.
Yeah.
And Jerry's still not guaranteed that he won't get that 32nd because who's to say the Packers won't win it this year?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because with that move, the Packers have a great chance of being the Super Bowl champs. They really do. I mean, the realism came into play when he came over. That's the kind of, game record that Parsons is. He can destroy you and change your team around in that one moment.
I for sure thought they were going to struggle offensively, but I just think that the Dallas just needs to get fucking CD Lamb going where they let him know, like, hey, the game's on the line, motherfucker. We're playing you this much money. Don't drop these fucking balls.
Yeah, like I said before, you can blame it on CD, but I blame it more on my defense not doing their part. Okay, because before CD dropped those 2 passes, Quinyon Mitchell dropped his interception. If he doesn't drop his interception and he gets that bitch, we ain't talking about CD dropping shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the Eagles really let them in the game or kept them in the game when they should have shut it down.
Right.
I blame that more on my defense than I do on CD Lamb, honestly. We should have shut that shit down. And last year's team, if they were playing that team last year, as sharp as we were in the playoffs,
oh yeah, they would have shut it.
We would have shut that shit down.
Yeah.
We would have shut that shit down. But we were not sharp last year. You know, Thursday night, we were not sharp. You could see that we were in our preseason mode because I keep telling people September for the Eagles is our preseason. Okay? Last year, we went 2-2. The rest of the year, we went 16-1. We're not worried about September, dude. We're not. As long as we can go another 2-2 or 3-1, we're okay. We're fine. So if we lose this game against Kansas City, guess what? Rock ain't doing nothing but still sitting here chilling. I ain't worried about it because it's exactly what we were last year. It's exactly where we were last year. I'm not worried about September. Now, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not really that worried about October. I mean, we'll start playing the second half of the season when we start really feeling the cold weather. Because, I mean, we're a weird team. We don't play good football until we start feeling cold. I mean, it's no bullshit, man. We feel the sun and we feel the August heat, and we're like, man, we still got the fucking beach in our hearts, you know? We don't feel like playing football right now. And you can see it in the way we look. We're just like, man, we still got the summer in us, man. What the fuck? But then come October, the fall starts to hit the Philly area, you know, and you start to see the leaves change and you can start to see the team change. And then come November, when Thanksgiving time comes around and that crisp air comes around, then you see the team really start to play. Then December comes and, oh, forget about it then. That's playoff. You know, you start to feel the playoffs coming around then. You know what I mean? Because, you know, December and January are playoff football days. Even December is even being the regular season, you can feel if we don't win this game, we're either going to be real close to the playoffs or we're going to be out of the playoffs. You know, everybody's talking about playoffs in December. Everybody's talking about playoffs in December.
Exactly.
I love football in the Christmas time area, time. You know what I mean? I love it then because that's when the real teams start to play.
I'm excited for that Lions game we got at home on Christmas on Netflix.
Yeah. Yep. But I think Green Bay is going to win tomorrow. They need to win tomorrow. They need to help me. Because Rob brought up today, he says, it's been 20 years since you guys have a back-to-back division winner. He goes, what makes you think you can? I said, well, I need help from you guys first. I said, tomorrow's game, when you beat them tomorrow, would go a long way to helping me get that division. Because the only team I think that's got a chance to beat the Eagles is Washington. Because I don't think Giants are going to beat me for the division.
No.
And I damn sure don't think the Cowboys are beating me for the fucking division.
No.
So my only competition's Washington.
Yep.
So I need all you northern motherfuckers, when you see that son bitching red team come in, I need you to smack them down and beat the shit out of it. You know what I mean? Starting with the green and gold tomorrow. They didn't come in and beat the shit out of that red bastard team. You know what I mean? And tell them, since you like red so much, I'm going to put a little bit more on your ass. There you go. Wow. You know what I mean? Put some more red on.
We're gonna need Micah Parsons to go outside and tell Jaden Daniels to go get the switch.
You know what I mean? I'm telling you, I hope Green Bay puts a whooping on them so bad that it puts a message on them. Don't come out here thinking that you're gonna be last year's team, because we know who you are now. You're not a surprise no more. You know what I mean? And that's the truth. I mean, last year everybody was like, okay, you're just another one of the 32. Now everybody's taking notice of who you are. Now we see you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now we see you. Now everybody sees you. Now we're going to see if you can play football now that everybody's taking notice. You know what I mean? Man, they did a good job, but they played a bad Giants team. So that's really not much of a test. Now, tomorrow.
It's going to be a real test for them.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be the nice test that you need now. Watch them. We're going to see what you got tomorrow.
Right.
And it's also a great test for Green Bay to see what they got.
Right.
You know what I mean? This ain't just like a one-sided fucking test. Each team's getting a good test
exactly.
tomorrow.
This gonna be a chess match tomorrow.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be a runaway from either side.
It's gonna be a good Thursday night game.
Yeah, and I was just telling Rob, I said, man, last year and the year before, I think with the fans crying and complaining because we were all getting tired of fucking Thursday night games sucking cock. I mean, they just really were bad games. Every time you turned on a Thursday game, it was like, what is this? Another freaking sorry-ass game.
Yeah,
you know, it'd be something like Carolina at Jacksonville.
Exactly.
Two teams that have no freaking business being on a primetime game.
Exactly.
It was like horrible. So now I think they finally heard us, and now they're like, okay, let's put some good games on here. And trust me, Green Bay and Washington and Lambeau Field, NFL, you're finally getting it right, jackoffs.
I hope it's just not for one Thursday though. Suckers.
Well, I mean, hey, we had a good Thursday last week. Dallas and Philly was a good Thursday, so this is the second one in a row.
I hope they don't, start off with good Thursday night, and then there's like, all right, here you guys go.
Well, they got the whole schedule out there, Darren. Take a look at it. I mean, they make the schedules up before the season's over, so I don't know who plays next week, but
Yeah, I don't want to see like New Orleans on fucking prime time.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'd put my fucking head through a wall.
Look, I like New Orleans when they had a team, but right now, no. Right now, that's a 3-hour game. I don't want to waste my time watching. No.
That's just whoever's playing them. That's just a win on the schedule.
For most teams, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they might squeak one out, if they're playing a bad team like them. But you never know. I mean, the game I will not want to watch, and it's going to happen twice this year, and it's going to be like torture to those fans, and that's going to be New Orleans and Carolina. That's going to be torture to any fan's eyes when they watch that shit. But it's been good talking, man. You're at the 58-minute mark.
All right, man. Thanks for coming on, man.
No problem.
This is now going to be every Wednesday afternoon thing.
Okay.
1 o'clock. So it'll be 2 o'clock your time.
Okay.
So I want to thank all the viewers for coming on and tuning in. Be back here next Wednesday at 1. You guys enjoy your day. You guys enjoy your weekend.
All right, brother. Talk to you.
Yeah, yo, it's game time, ain't no messing around. Huddle Sports Network, the best in town. From NFL rumors to the latest trends, we got all your sports, just tune in, my friends. Catch us on Roku, Fire Stick, take your pick. Facebook, YouTube, where the action's slick. Daily shows that drop like a bomb. From 10 to 11, it's Ken and Ken, stay calm. Huddle up, catch the vibe, feel the rush. Get your news, get your fills in the clutch. Over 27 podcasts, we breaking it down. Join the team, Huddle Sports, wear the crown. Live every weekday, it's how we roll. Lions Talk with Jeremy B, we taking a stroll. From 11 to 12, don't miss a beat. We break down the game, make the info sweet. The Daily Huddle Podcast, noon to 1. CST Zone, we're just having fun. Toss your doubts, we bring the facts. Tune into the Huddle.